Hey, what up, what up? So let's talk about how to design highly converting emails in Figma without doing any coding, without having any design experience, or without hiring an email marketing agency who will just take your money. So I have a ready-made email campaign here. We're gonna recreate this. I'm also gonna show you how the copy works in e-commerce emails, and later we're gonna also export this design file into Klaviyo. So let's start with the copy here. So when you look at email campaigns in e-commerce like this, it usually consists of 2 to 3 sections. So the first one here is the hero section. This is the above the fold section that the user or the reader sees the first. So the goal of the hero section is just to grab the attention and to make them read the rest of the email. So, and the rest of the email here, it's called the bridge section, which just adds context to the hero section and creates desire. And then you have call to actions throughout the email that will direct the reader to the offer. So if you look at the copy here on the left, so we have the header here, which is I just added here as an upsell for a subscription. You don't have to have it, but it's possible to have this bar here. Then the logo section here, a lot of brands here add a lot of like navigation buttons, which I wouldn't do because I think they're a distraction. You just want to have a simple logo here. And then there is the hero headline, which the reader will notice the first because it's the biggest text here. So this needs to be really attention grabbing. For this campaign, it's not the best headline, but it's also not the worst. So here is the science behind the product. And then the subheading, which just adds again context to the hero section. So every brand says they're backed by science. Us, we prefer to show it. And then you have the product photo and then a call to action here in the hero section already. And then the bridge section here. So showing why the product is, or how the product is science-backed. So you have clinically validated ingredients, synergistic formula, and 5 billion probiotics for gut health. And then again, another big call to action button. In the footer here, you have navigation buttons, which normally some brands add here. But as I said, it's better to have them in the footer here in case they want to shop for other categories as well. So let's start with the design and try to recreate this email. So the first thing that I want to do here is grab the rectangle here, create a rectangle and ensure the width is 600, because that's the normal width of the email campaigns. And then we're gonna check how big this is. So height is 65 and we're gonna put the right color here. Okay. And then we're gonna create the header there. Subscribe and save up to 33%. Okay. Then the font is the same. So let's have a look at how big this is. So this is 21. Okay. So here we have the offer bar here. And then we want to create another rectangle, which this for essentially is the whole email for this. So this is again 600, ensure it is the right color. So I'm gonna use this color here. And then we're gonna start adding the logo here. So I'm gonna go on this brand's website, gonna grab the logo from there. Okay, here you have it. Gonna place it right there. And then we're gonna create the headline. So the science behind. Okay, and okay, so the height here is 42 and just ensure it fits. I think it's also a little bit, so let's put it as medium. Okay, so that's how it goes. And then let's create the subheading as well. So every brand says they're backed by science. Us, we prefer show it. Okay, and then again, so this is Avenir book, so different, a little bit different. The size is 26. So as you can see here, we are just building out the hero section here. As I mentioned, you want the main headline to be the biggest and the most like captivating, grab the interest of the reader. And then you have the subheading here as well. Then we're gonna have the product here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna look it up on Google. So better greens powder, probably have a PNG here, file without a background. So grab this and place it in the hero section here. Have it the right size as well. Okay. So here we have it. And then the reviews here. So this, you can actually, the star, you can actually grab it from Figma. So you just search it here. Have one star here, and then you're just gonna recreate these. Next to each other. And so the size is 50 times 50. You're gonna choose all of these and then make them the right size. And the spacing, you can adjust it as well here. So you can have it like this, like 15 spacing. Okay, and then you're gonna put them here under the product. And then you also wanna make it the right color. Okay, and if you want to enhance them a bit, then you can add a stroke here as well. And as you notice here, if you don't want like exactly like 5 out of 5 stars, because that's a bit like unbelievable, then you can add the right gradient here as well with the fill. So you have to use the gradient tool, and then here you would have a white. And then put this around halfway. You also want to switch the angle of this, like 90 degrees. And then here you have so something like this. So as you can see, it's not like exactly 5 out of 5. It's like 4 out of 6, 4.6. Okay, and then we're gonna create a button here. So again, you're gonna use the rectangle here. Just gonna look at the size. So it's 480 width and 83 height. Okay, and then we had you want around the corners, you're gonna add corner radius here, so you put 100 here. And we're gonna have this the right color. Again, I'm gonna add it here below the hero section. You really want to have a call to action button, a big call to action button already in the hero section, so the user can click already and go to your website and start shopping. A lot of brands actually don't do this. So this is what I recommend you do. Actually, I forgot one thing. So we're gonna add the reviews here as well. Reviews. Place it here. Okay, and then the button. So here we're gonna add a text as well. So start better greens. Okay. You can also put shop now there or something like that, because this brand sells like a subscription product, then I created the call to action as start the subscription basically. Okay, so here we have it. So here's the hero section. Now let's move on to the bridge section. So here, as you can see, you have these different like rectangles again with rounded corners. So I'm gonna create one of these. I just have a look at the size of this. So 566 times 297. Okay, and I'm gonna add around the corners here. So 50 here, and then you have one. You can already copy paste this. Okay, you can see. So I'm gonna choose all of this. I hold down Shift if I want to choose all of these elements, and I'm gonna adjust the color. Okay, and then we need to choose the pictures here. So this, I usually just get them from the website. So for example, this one, the first one, we can get this from the about page. Adjust the size again. So the first one goes here. Then the greens, let's see if I can find the greens. Okay, I cannot find it right now. Okay, whatever. For the sake of this video, I'm just going to use the same one here. You can usually find it well online. Okay, so I'm just going to place it here. And this as well. Let's see if I can find it somewhere. Okay, so here we have it on the website as well. And this one, so 250 times 250. Whoops. Okay, and we're gonna run the corners here as well on the last image. And then, as you can see, the bridge section looks good. It's very simplistic, but easy on the eye and easy to read. So I'm not gonna write these manually. So I'm just gonna copy these here. So the first one goes here. Really, I need to bring them to front. Okay, so I'm gonna add the first one here. I'm gonna do the rest the same way. Okay, just want to fill out the bridge section or the bridge section here. And then after this, we're gonna create another call to action button. Okay. I think actually this is a bit bigger. Yep. So, oops. Okay. So here we have the bridge section, and then I'm just gonna copy paste this call to action button here. So we can mix up the call to actions a bit. So instead of saying start, we can say get better greens. And then all we have is the footer section left. So in the footer, we're gonna create another rectangle. And in the footer, what you usually want to do, and what a lot of brands do not do, is you want to have different product categories in the footer. So the person who is reading this email, maybe they're not interested in the product that we advertise in this specific campaign, but they want to shop for other products. So here we just give them a chance to do that. So for example, here they have gummies, they have supplements, and then we also, for social proof, gonna direct them to reviews or the about us section. So let's first color right, and then again, more of these buttons over here. So let me check the size of this. So 175 times 50. I'm gonna create 4 of these. To bring them forward, front, and yep. So here we have them. You can also adjust the spacing a bit. Okay. And then can I just add, oops, add the navigation buttons or the different product categories. So we have gummies here. If someone is looking at this and is like, a Figma Pro, I am not by means of Figma Pro. If you're looking at this thing like, oh, I'm wasting so much time, then I'm sorry, but that's just where I am with my Figma skills at the moment. So, Okay. So here we have it. I'm just gonna adjust the color of these buttons, or this text over here. Okay, so here we have it. One last thing, I'm just gonna copy paste this here. Okay, whatever, can make this a bit bigger. Okay, so as you can see, there we have it. There is the email design. And now let's have a look at how you can import this Figma file into Klaviyo. So basically what I want to do is, the first thing, I want to grab the slice tool. And what we're going to do is we're going to dissect this email into image files. And so I'm going to do this by taking the first slice here. So essentially you want to slice it up based on where you want the user to be able to click. So the first slice here, for example, has the logo here. So essentially I want them to be able to click on the home page or direct them to the home page. Then the second slice we can take from the hero section here. So they go to the product landing page. Then the third one from the hero section here. For example, like this. Actually, I'm gonna dissect these a bit more. Okay. And then the footer, since we have four different buttons here, so you want to have 4 different slices. Yeah, and the unsubscribe here as well. Just want to make sure these cover this for the majority. So 600. I want to make sure all of these are actually 600. The width at least. Okay. This is a bit messed up. Okay, so here we go. So we have dissected this email into 11 slices. So what I want to do now is take these slices, hold down Shift on the left here, choose all of these slices and export these as 2x and as JPEGs. You wanna export these as JPEGs and not PNGs because this is better for email deliverability and it will also look better on dark mode. So I'm gonna export these 11 layers. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go to the JPEG optimizer. And I'm gonna drop these slices here because you want to optimize the file sizes here, because if the email file ends up being too large, then it might not load for the user at all and they don't see the whole email and it's a mess and you don't want that to happen. Okay, so I'm gonna, as you can see, the size is reduced significantly, so I'm gonna just download all of these. And then after that, we're gonna go into Klaviyo and upload this. So see you in Klaviyo. So here we are in Klaviyo in my test account. So I'm just gonna create a new campaign here, just as a draft. And we're gonna upload this Figma design into here. So, okay, so we are in the drag and drop editor now. So what we want to do here is we want to start adding images here. Since we had 11 slices, we want to have 11 image boxes here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. So, and what we're gonna start doing is we're just gonna start uploading these images here. So gonna start off with the first one. Obviously, you want to have normal names here, but I'm just doing it for the sake of this video. Whoops. Okay. So second one. As you can see, it starts to look exactly the same as in Figma. So, and that's exactly what we want. Okay. Actually, I realized I do not have to go here. I can just do it way easily. So, drop it here. Can drop it here. Okay, and now we just have the footer left. Oops. Okay, and then the final slice here. Just gonna get rid of this. Okay, and there you go. Here is the campaign. And as you can see, it looks exactly the same as it did in Figma. I'm just gonna preview this. So as you can see, the size is fine. It's not big at all, and it will look great in Gmail. So here's the desktop version, looks great. Mobile version also looks great. All you want to do is you want to add the links here. So for example, here you direct the user to the home page, here in the hero to the product landing page, etc. So now you know how to design highly converting email campaigns in Figma, also how to upload them to Klaviyo. It's really simple. Anyone can do it. And yeah, thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.